Hello and welcome back to the Quinn Films Behind the Scenes channel. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the post-production of The Energy Gun. So a sci-fi short film like this requires good editing, color correcting, visual effects, and sound design. So for the VFX, there's a lot of really cool VFX, and a lot of them I used Cinema 4D, which is a 3D software, and I've used it before a lot, and it's probably my preferred 3D software over Blender and stuff. It does cost a little bit, but it's worth it. For the first scene, I got a model of a spaceship off Turbo Squad. This thing was free and it looks really good. So I got it, I animated it, then I brought it into After Effects, and there's this really cool plugin in After Effects called the Cinema plugin. It allows you to work between Cinema 4D and After Effects at the same time. You should really check out the Cinema plugin. You can just search it up in the effects and presets. And then I got this, so I rendered it out, and then I did some little, like little tweaking to it. I color corrected it and all, but that's later, of course, and yeah. So then there's the next scene, which is the portal itself. So for the portal, I used Action VFX's laser gun effects. They just released it on May the 4th. It's free, it's really cool. So I got it in, I duplicated it, put it together, made it a pre-comp, then I used the portal coordinates, dragged it on, the portal coordinates, kind of circled it a little bit. Then I 3D tracked the main clip, I brought the portal coordinates in, then I used some alpha matte stuff to bring the other clip of the stock image of like this storage facility that I got off the internet somewhere. I think it was Pixbay, yeah, I got it off Pixbay. And then one day I finished the VFX. The VFX were finished, and then I got into color grading. And for color grading, I did the color grading on Final Cut. So I just decided to use Final Cut. I've never actually used Final Cut for color grading before, so I just used Final Cut's limited color correcting tools, and I got this. It looked pretty cinematic. Then I added those little borders to make it look more, film look. For sound design, I use Envato Elements, and Envato Elements is awesome. And Envato Elements owns Audio Jungle, so Audio Jungle is like a portion of Envato Elements. And I use Audio Jungle for a lot of my music in my films. And I've never actually used it for sound effects, but I decided to check it out, and they have some pretty awesome sound effects. It only cost like $3. Some of them are even free, I think. I got one for like $1 on the portal gun sound effects, and yeah. And then I decided I wanted more from this film, since it's only 3 minutes long, and I was kind of planning on 4 minutes, but I had to cut some stuff out. So I decided to create a CG post-credit scene, and I'm still not done that yet, so we're gonna go together on that journey. Okay, so now that I got this, I'm gonna create a landscape. Okay, so I got this landscape, I'm gonna make it a little taller, then I'm gonna duplicate this in our layer panel over here. I'm just gonna do the same. And I think that's good, so we got a little environment here. Then I'm gonna go and get some textures. Whew, looks realistic. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna create a new camera. So I finished the scene, and it turned out pretty well. It turned out photorealistic, which was exactly what I was going for. Now this is the inside, so I'm going to put like a table down with some lights, and it's going to look really cool. So the first thing that I'm going to do is create a cube to around here, position this, then I'm going to make another cube, really position this to be and that, my friends, that is how you successfully model a table. Pretty easy to do and doesn't take a lot. Putting it on top just so we can tell the table from the floor because they're very similar in color. So now I'm going to make a door, because this first shot is going to be told through a door. Use a cube because cubes are obviously the most useful objects in the whole solar system. Do you know that? Because it is true. So everybody, I finished creating the CG scene, and now I'm just shooting some textures. So I'm going to be giving you some advice on how to shoot textures, and yeah. So when it comes to shooting textures, you can get a lot of good textures off the internet, but they're not as original. And let's say you wanted to recreate your house. You would need the textures actually from your house to make it look the most realistic as possible. And also, I find it really cool to take your own textures because it just feels like it's 100% you then, instead of grabbing textures from somebody else, as I have done it, and when you need to do it, you do need to do it. But yeah. So I need a texture of a wall, and I got a wall right in front of me. You can't see it right now, but there's a wall right in front of me, and I'm just going to take a picture of it. So I'm going to make sure this is focused, and when it's a plain color, it's really hard to see if it's focused, so I'm going to actually use something else as a guide. And also I have this light turned on, and it's creating some parts of the wall are more light than others, and you don't want that because it's just going to look weird in the end. So we want it to all be one plain color. Make sure there's no shadows. I'm going to turn my ISO up a little bit, and then I'm just going to go and, okay, took a picture. Okay, so I got my wood table, and this is going to be the texture of the table in the movie. So I'm just going to, as you can see, this little koala bear is reflecting shadows onto the table, and we don't want that because it's just going to end up looking weird. We want the same color. We want to zoom out. We want to turn my ISO up. We're getting some weird spill from the window. Okay, everybody, so I finished the scene, and now I'm about to go film the live action part. Beware. Oh. So everybody, I finished the movie. It's all done, and I'm really proud of it, honestly. For something that I just shot, no budget, nothing. And yeah, you can go check it out. The link will be in the description. You can also go and click right up above me somewhere. And yeah, I think that some of the stuff looks a little weird. There's a little glitches in the VFX and stuff, but honestly, I'm pretty proud of it. And I hope you are too. Tell me in the comments if you liked this behind the scenes video, if you want me to keep making more of these behind the scenes video. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. See you again soon, hopefully.